Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, back again in NHL 18 to do another simulation test video where today we are going to be putting the two best players in NHL 18 overall wise and seeing if pairing them with the worst overall player in NHL 18 after the newest roster update, will they be able to carry that guy and win a Stanley Cup? So obviously when I mean the two best players in NHL 18, I'm talking about Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby, and I'm going to have both of them on the same line, on the same team, helping out this guy, Mikko Laine. Laine is the lowest overall player in NHL 18. 27 years old, a right-wing playmaker, 43 overall, playing in the Liga League from, I believe, Vassen Sport, I want to say. If you guys don't know that team, you might have recognized the logo if you played Hut before. Boom, on the screen right there. That eagle. If you've played Hut before, I'm pretty sure you've seen that logo once or twice before. Half of a star for every single category except for his skating, which is at 1.5, but still those stats are pretty abysmal. Obviously, you can have a lower overall player in this game if you do a creative player, don't put any stats onto him, and I believe he's like a 36 overall type of player. So obviously you can get lower than this, but this is the actual lowest overall player that they adjusted in the game. We're going to have him on the first line alongside of Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid here in a franchise mode. We're going to do a couple season simulations to see if, for one, this guy is going to either bring down both Crosby and McDavid, or if McDavid and Sidney Crosby can actually elevate this guy and have him play like a first line type of player. For the second line, third line, and fourth line, I used all two-way forwards and used all of which are appropriate to their line. So for the second line, I used all second line two-way forwards. Third line, all third line two-way forwards. Fourth line, all fourth line two-way forwards in the games. On defense, I did a little bit differently. I didn't choose any top twos or top sixes. I picked 6 top 4 defensemen, and all of which are 2 of each type, 2 two-ways, 2 offensive, and 2 defensive defensemen. So Shattenkirk and Trouba, Fowler and Gostisbehere, Alsner and Johnny Boychuk. And then for the tendies, I have Ben Bishop in net and James Reimer, giving them a starting goaltender and a decent backup. So I'm going to take it season by season. I'm going to see you guys at the end of the 2017-2018 season when we start simulating here. So I will see you guys then. Let's see how well this team does. Alright guys, so the regular season for season number 1 has indeed ended, and the Burnaby Aces actually ended up winning the Metropolitan Division with 98 points, a record of 47, 31, and 4. It was good enough for the Metropolitan Division win, not good enough for the President's Trophy or the best record in the entire Eastern Conference, but still, it was good nonetheless. McDavid and Crosby, very less than stellar years that I've definitely seen these guys put up in franchise modes before. 74 points for McDavid, 34 goals. 72 points for Crosby, 28 goals. Their line mate, Mikko Laine, only 6 points. 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points, plus 7, which is not bad, but only 6 points, and no overall change at all. Still stayed at a 43 overall. Obviously, a bunch of the other guys have either grown in overall or decreased in overall. Let's see, anybody else get like a decent jump that I could see off the top? McDavid actually went up to a 94, which is interesting. Both him and Crosby were both 93, so McDavid actually did go up 1 overall to a 94, which is nice to see, but nobody else on the forward core seemed to get any overall boosts. Alright guys, so the playoff run for this team has come to an end in the Eastern Conference Finals. We got knocked out by the Toronto Maple Leafs in 5 games. They pretty much kicked our behinds there very, very well, and they will be going on to the Stanley Cup Finals here in year number 1 up against the Los Angeles Kings, it seems. And we're going to take a look at the playoff stats really, really quickly there. Alright, so the playoff stats look pretty good here. Crosby had 16 points in 17 games. Connor McDavid had 12 points in 17 games. Mikko Laine only 1 point in the 17 games, and he did score a goal. Was a +8, obviously, for playing with Crosby and McDavid, but still only 1 point in those 17 games. It looks to me like this guy actually might be bringing down Crosby and McDavid instead of, you know, McDavid and Crosby actually lifting him up and actually performing. So let's recap here, let's simulate past the draft, and let's get started, and I will go through year number 2 with this squad and see if anything changes. Alright guys, so here we are at the beginning of season simulation number 2. Obviously you guys can see a couple of upgrades to overalls, mainly Connor McDavid up to a 95, Sidney Crosby up to a 94, but Mikko Laine still at a lowly 43 overall, and we'll see if that will be able to increase throughout the year. So let's take this all the way to the end of the 2018-2019 season, and let's see what has this year in store for the team. Alright guys, so after the second season of simulation, the team did not play up to expectations. They finished 37, 37, and 8. They weren't the worst team in the league, but they were definitely in the top 10 for the worst teams in the league. So not a great year by the team at all whatsoever, and I'm thinking that Mikko Laine might have had an effect on Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby's play. 73 points for McDavid, 72 points for Crosby, and then Mikko Laine all the way down there. 6 points again. Did have 6 goals, but that overall still staying exactly the same at 43 overall. Very disappointed to see that his overall did not change at all whatsoever, while McDavid and Crosby's continued to increase while playing alongside of him, but his overall did not change at all whatsoever. I think we could assume that player right there is the downfall of both Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid. They tried. They were not able to upgrade his point total from the previous year. He scored the exact same amount of points. He had all goals this year as opposed to assists, but still didn't increase his point total. He actually lowered McDavid and Crosby's totals the second year as opposed to the first year, and he did not grow any overall points at all whatsoever. So let me know what you guys think of this test. Do you think it was accurate? Do you not think it was accurate? I may try to send to this draft at the end and actually see what his overall is. If I will, I'll post his overall at the beginning of season number 3 at the end of this video, so you guys can see if it actually changed or didn't change. I'll show you guys the line setup to see if the forward overalls changed at all whatsoever again. But I think it's pretty clear that Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid, two of the best players in the world, can't even help out a 43 overall player increase in overall. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, if you did enjoy, leave some suggestions for some other type of videos you guys would like to see in the comments down below. Other than that, take it easy guys. I'll see you next time. Peace.